Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. We appreciate you joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be made available within about a week at that same website, CACRAO.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you. I'm gonna pull up my screen. Welcome, everyone. We'd like to thank you for joining us today. We are very excited to be here with you and to share a little bit of information about Western Piedmont Community College and why we think it might be a good fit for you. We're going to start off today by introducing ourselves. My name is Emily Willis, and I'm the Coordinator of Student Affairs and Recruitment at Western Piedmont.
My name is Rhea Crawford. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anne-Marie McNeely. I'm the Dean of Arts and Sciences.
Hello, I'm Michael Daniels. I'm the Dean of Applied Technologies.
All right. I think we're ready to go. All right, so we thought it might be nice to start off with one of the biggest phrases you'll hear while you're here at Western Piedmont Community College, which is, yes, you can. It is our mission as a college to provide accessible, high-quality education that improves the lives and promotes the growth of our students and our community. Whether you're interested in gaining workforce skills and joining a job, or you're looking to get an associate's degree, or you plan to transfer onto a four-year institution, we believe that Western Piedmont is the place for you. It's the place to start. So this is a snapshot of some information about Western Piedmont. Our campus size, we typically run between 6,000 to 7,000 students, which does make us a small school in the state of North Carolina. That is a benefit to you as a student because we are able to offer smaller class sizes, and then we're able to offer more one-on-one assistance to our students when it's needed. We have a close-knit community feel because we have a smaller campus, so we do think that's a benefit to students. I'd also like to point out that we have around 109 different degrees, diplomas, and certificates, and that's being offered this school year. So we have a wide range of programs in a lot of different fields and a lot of different interests. And I'm going to let our deans talk about that in just a few minutes. And then I also want to point out in the bottom corner with the piggy bank, the earning potential that increases when you achieve an associate's degree. I know as a high school student, sometimes the question is, what is the next step? Should I go on? Do I need an associate's degree? And I think it's important for students to realize that your earning potential does increase, and that's the number we received was around 7,000 if you were to go on and at least achieve an associate's degree. So it's definitely something to think about. We hope that we're where you're thinking. Oh, it did it again. Sorry. So we're going to talk about our campus now. We currently have 5 different locations within Morganton, North Carolina. We have the Foothills Higher Education Center for nursing and dental assisting. We have the Richardson Complex for horticulture and building construction. We have the Emergency Services Technology Center or Training Center. And then we have the Cosmetology Center for cosmetology and nail tech. And then, of course, this last picture is of our campus. This is the main campus where most of our classes take place. I will also say that we do have some classes that take place in our high schools. We have 4 high schools in Burke County, and we do tend to have some classes there as well for our high school students. So now we're going to move into some of our programs, and I'm going to hand it over to our deans. They're going to go through some of those.
Hello again, this is Michael Daniels, the Dean of Applied Technologies. There's about 5 things I want to talk about before I turn it over to our other academic dean. The first thing I want to talk about is advising, or really career choice. We understand, and believe it or not, we remember what it was like to be a high school student and to not be certain of your career. Many young people like myself thought there was only one right career for me, and I've learned as I've gotten older there are many things I could have been successful in and would have enjoyed. But we are here between the faculty and our staff to help you navigate those decisions. The other thing about careers is, even if you know what field you want to go into, there's many different areas within that field. For instance, if you said, well, I want to go into the healthcare field, that's a pretty big range from being a surgeon, which might be a transfer program that we'll talk about, or maybe a nurse, which we have at Western Piedmont, or a medical assistant, or maybe you want to work in the office environment. So there are many different sort of sub careers within a given field. And even once you pick a particular program, there's at least two ways usually to get an appropriate degree to get you into that field. So that's extremely important and extremely difficult as a student to navigate. And we're here to help you do that. And you've got my word that even if you are interested in a program we don't have, we will direct you to a good college that has that program. We really sincerely want you to be in the best program for you. So that's the first thing. The next thing I'm going to do is talk about what we call our non-transfer degrees. There are some degrees that are designed to transfer, and Dr. McNeely is going to talk about that. But I'm going to talk about some of the programs that are not designed to transfer. That does not mean they cannot transfer. It just means they're not designed to do that. And many of them do have transfer options, and we'll be happy to talk to you about that. But these programs we're talking about in general are considered two-year degrees. That means if you're a full-time student taking a full load, you can complete them in 2 years. It doesn't mean you have to complete them in 2 years. Many of our students are part-time students because they're working or have a family or whatever. That is often the times, the way it has to be, and that's okay. And within certainly the degrees I'm going to talk about, we've got the 2-year degree, we've got what's called a diploma, which is about 3/4 of a degree. And then oftentimes we have certificates, which are usually 4 or 5 classes within that area, which is often a good place to start if you're unsure about that career path. So I'm going to list, I hope, all of the what we call associate applied science areas that we have at Western Piedmont. The first group I'm going to talk about is engineering, and I'm just going to list the programs so that you might hear something that piques your interest. And I've got 30 of them to list. We have welding technology. We've got computer integrated machining technology. We have mechanical engineering technology, computer engineering technology, electrical engineering technology, mechatronics engineering technology, industrial systems technology. And then we go off into some not engineering but related areas. We have professional crafts wood and professional crafts clay. And those are a couple unique programs that not many community colleges have. Another couple programs are building construction technology and horticulture technology. So that's sort of the engineering group. Those, as you can probably tell, are very hands-on type programs. The other group is the business grouping. That includes information technology, medical office administration, business administration, human services, and human services substance abuse concentration. So that's the business group. Then we have what we call our public services group. We have paralegal. And that one is a little bit unique at Western Piedmont because even before the pandemic, you could complete this 100% online. We also have accounting, interpreter education, early childhood education, cosmetology, and criminal justice. That's the public services group. Then is the allied health and new media group. We have medical assisting, medical lab technology, nursing, dental assisting, which happens to be a diploma only program, recreational therapy assistant. That's a pretty unique program. Not many schools have that. And the last two are digital effects and animation technology and simulation and game development. And those are very unique programs. Not many schools have those programs. So hopefully there's something in that list that might pique your interest. If not, unless you're going to go for the transfer route that Dr. McNeely is going to talk about. Okay, two more things to talk about. We also in community colleges have something called continuing education. Sometimes it's called workforce development. Sometimes you'll hear it referred to as personal enrichment. So if you're not committed yet to do a degree program, you can do a lot of these personal interest things. Those are usually a little bit lower key, a little bit faster pace, usually aren't tests and things like that associated with it, but a good way to kind of experiment and see if you like something. So we've got all kinds of programs in that, from woodworking to even some engineering things, and then again, fun things. I've taught a lawnmower repair class one time, and that's just for people that want to learn that kind of thing. The last major thing I want to talk about that Emily alluded to, and that's something called Career and College Promise, which is a fancy word for while you're in high school, you can start taking college classes essentially tuition free, which saves your parents a lot of money, but it's a great time to try out a program. And if you find a program you like, you can make a lot of progress towards that degree. At the very least, you can complete a certificate. So we've got a wide range from transfer to other areas like some of our engineering programs that you have that opportunity. So that's called Career and College Promise. But while you're a high school junior or senior, if you meet certain criteria, you can get into those programs. And that's been a very successful program for a lot of our students. So those are the main things I want to talk about. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Anne Marie McNeely, and she's going to talk to you about the transfer areas. Thank you.
Hello again, everyone. Western Piedmont offers 4 transfer degrees, and we'll be adding 2 more soon. Transfer degrees are designed for students who want to begin at the community college and then move on to a 4-year college or university to complete a bachelor's degree program. The Associate in Arts and Associate in Science degree programs are designed for students who plan to pursue a Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science program. The Associate in Arts degree includes more options for taking humanities and social sciences courses. It can be completed 100% online. The Associate in Science degree prescribes more math and science coursework. All courses in these programs are approved for transfer, so completing the Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree allows students to be admitted with junior status to 15 of the University of North Carolina institutions. Most private colleges and universities, too, accept these courses for transfer. Our students transfer to universities all over North Carolina, including UNC Chapel Hill, UNC Charlotte, Western Carolina University, and Appalachian State University. In addition, our graduates have successfully transferred to out-of-state institutions. Western Piedmont also offers, in addition to the AA and the AS, 2 Associate in Fine Arts degrees, which are designed to transfer to Bachelor of Fine Arts degree programs at 4-year colleges and universities. One of our fine arts degree programs focuses on theater. This program has 2 tracks, an acting track, which includes courses such as acting, acting for the camera, and play production, and a technical track, which includes courses such as stagecraft and play production. Students in both of these tracks work together each semester to practice their art through live performances on campus or in the community. Our other fine arts degree program focuses on visual arts. Coursework includes drawing, painting, sculpture, ceramics, computer art, art history, and design. Students are provided opportunities to show their work in student art exhibitions every year. Agreements between community colleges and the University of North Carolina system ensure that your coursework satisfies general education requirements at many of the North Carolina universities that offer Bachelor of Fine Arts programs. If you are currently a junior or a senior in a Burke County, North Carolina high school, as Mr. Daniels talked about just a few minutes ago, you can begin any of these transfer degree programs by enrolling in our Career and College Promise, or CCP program, which again allows you to earn college credits while you are still enrolled in high school. And your guidance counselor can provide more information about this program. We can at the college as well. All 4 of our transfer degree programs offer opportunities to enroll in study travel courses that include trips to visit museums and historical sites in places like New York City, Washington, D.C., and even European countries. Our programs also provide you with accomplished faculty who are experienced educators, small class sizes, and individualized attention. Beginning in fall 2021, Western Piedmont will be adding 2 more transfer degree programs: the Associate in Engineering program for students who plan to complete a bachelor's degree in engineering, and 2 Associate in Teacher Preparation programs for those who aspire to become educators. If you'd like any additional information about any of these programs, please contact us at the phone number or email address that will be provided at the end of this presentation, and I'll also be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Anne-Marie. All right, jump past that one. So I do want to remind students that if you do have any questions while we're going through anything in this presentation, go ahead and submit them. We are going to address the questions at the end of the presentation, but if something just kind of comes to you while we're talking about something, please feel free to go ahead and submit your questions. We'll go ahead and start looking over those. So I'm going to do a brief overview of some of the amenities we have on campus for our students. We do have a campus gym that is available to students. It is used mostly for classes, but we do allow our students to utilize that, and it's free for students to take advantage of that at this time. We do have a cafeteria on our main campus. It's a small cafeteria, but we do offer food options at that cafeteria, and then we have vending options as well for students. We have a bookseller on campus. That's what we call our bookstore. It's the bookseller. And that's where you can pick up some Western Piedmont merchandise. We have cups and t-shirts. I think they've done blankets before, lanyards, all kinds of fun things to represent Western Piedmont. And then as well as picking up your books for classes. So our bookstore will sell you all of the books that you would need for classes. Then we have our library, which is featured on the slide in the middle. We have an excellent library. It's a little unique in the fact that it does have a museum in it, and it also has an art gallery in it that students are welcome to take a look through. We have computer access for students available in our library, so you can utilize those computers if you need to do any schoolwork or print something before class. We have private study rooms that students can book and utilize, as well as group rooms that students can book and then work on a group project with some classmates if they just want somewhere private to go. And then we also want to point out student services. This is where you're going to go if you have some questions about advising, if you need some help deciding on maybe what major you would like to move into or what your career path might be. Records and registration is housed in student services, as well as our enrollment team and our admissions team. So this is a great place to start if you're thinking Western Piedmont might be for you. Student services is definitely the place to kind of step into and start talking to some of us about what your future might hold. So financial aid, at Western Piedmont, we do aim to provide an affordable and quality education for all of our students. We hope to achieve this through our financial aid office, which promotes this goal by providing financial assistance to those students who would not be able to attend school without such assistance otherwise. So we do encourage all of our students to submit the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA as we refer to it. So we do encourage all of our students to complete the FAFSA because that makes you eligible for consideration for the Pell Grant, for scholarships, and for work-based learning, or not work-based learning, federal work study, the work study program. That's basically like having an on-campus job that you get paid for. So it's a great way to make a little money while you're in school and while you're a student. So we do encourage you, if you have questions about financial aid or about paying for college in general, to go to our website at www.wpcc.edu. We do have a link to financial aid at the very top of that page. We encourage all students to look into that. Whether you're attending Western Piedmont or you are looking to go to another school, you definitely want to look into your financial aid options and scholarships. So we have an amazing disability services staff here at Western Piedmont Community College. They have worked very hard, and we strive to ensure that Western Piedmont is an inclusive and an accessible campus for all of our students in our community. We're actually right now in the middle of Diversability, which is a month-long celebration that we host on our campus for October, which is Disability Awareness Month. So we like to try to create this inclusive campus feel for all of our students. Disability services are available to students. They can offer academic accommodations to students with documented disabilities. So we do have that service available if needed. We're very fortunate at Western Piedmont that we do have a licensed counselor on our campus, on the main campus. He does provide free, confidential, personal, crisis, or career counseling for students. It's on a short-term basis, but we do offer career counseling. So like I was saying earlier, if you're not quite sure what direction you'd like to move into, what you think your future career might be, you have a couple things in mind, you may talk to the counselor and get some career counseling on options that are available to you, both here at Western Piedmont and then when you graduate, what you may be able to go on to university for. We also have career services available. We help our students prepare for graduation. So we do resume building exercises, we do mock interviews with our students, and just help them to prepare as they're graduating to go into the workforce and to find employment. We also offer work-based learning, which I kind of mentioned earlier. So work-based learning is kind of like having an internship. So it gives our students real-world experience while they're still students, and it can count toward college credit. So it's a great way for our students to kind of get a foot in the door, and a lot of our students come out with a job offer after having done work-based learning. They've secured work where they were doing their work-based learning at, so it's a great opportunity we have for students. And then we do want to point out the College Central Network, which is something that we subscribe to for our students. It's so they can log in and they can see job opportunities in their community. So our students are able to get on there. We're able to share job opportunities with our students. So as you're getting ready to graduate, you can check that out and find employment opportunities in your community. The Academic Success Center is another wonderful resource that we have on our campus. It is housed in our library. It's where students can go for free tutoring services. So we do offer professional peer tutoring and e-tutoring for our students. We have them, it's in a plethora of different subjects and subject matters, different classes. So students are able to go to the Academic Success Center and be connected with somebody who can help them with tutoring. We do want to point out that we just launched our Thinking Storm online tutoring platform and our Moodle this past month, I believe. So that's going to be a tutoring service available to students all online. They can log in, they can set up their own meetings with tutors, and they can find resources that they need for their classes. So we do offer some free tutoring services to all students that may need that. And certainly if any of my other panelists have anything to add, feel free to jump in, just kind of rolling through this. So beyond the classroom, at Western Piedmont, our students don't just learn in our classrooms and our buildings, they actually learn on our campus. We are very fortunate our campus is situated on about 300 acres worth of land right here in Burke County, North Carolina. So our students we're able to use the land and the area that we're in to actually teach our students. Some of the things that we have on campus, we have a pond at the front of the campus when you come in. It's beautiful. We have taught some of our physical education classes there, like canoeing and kayaking. I know some of our biology classes have used it and doing some experiments. I think that's a picture right now of the pond that's come up. We have a trail system on our campus. We have several trails that go from the main campus all the way over to the Richardson complex on the backside of our campus. And then we have a nice bike trail as well. So students can take advantage of that. We've had classes where they go out and they walk the trails. I know I took a yoga class and we walked the trails as part of that. We have tennis courts on our campus. Students are welcome to use those as well as the community. We put up a volleyball net in the fall and the spring, so students are able to rent volleyballs and go out there and play that. We have an alpine tower that our recreational therapy program uses a lot in some of their instruction. So it's hidden in the woods, but we do have it's a zip line alpine tower ropes kind of course on our campus. And then we have multiple picnic areas on our campus that students can utilize. We're very proud we just got 2 new solar tables in one of our picnic areas. So students can actually charge their phone or their laptop at these solar tables while they're outside enjoying the fresh air. So we're very proud about some of those things on our campus. And so this is where I come in. This is what I do. I do, it went to the same thing. Student life. This is what I do. I work in student affairs, so I manage our Student Government Association. We do have an active student government. We put on all kinds of events throughout the year. We try to make things fun and enjoyable for our students. We want students to be active and to participate and to enjoy your time at Western Piedmont while in the classroom and outside the classroom. So we host different things like Spring Fling, Fall Fest. We have Halloween parties, and we are planning to do something small this year. We have Fall Speakers Forum every year. We did a color fun run one year. We do tie-dye events. We've done a plethora of different things, and some of our clubs on campus have actually, they're active and they do things as well. I know our Pioneer Literary Society Club has done a murder mystery dinner one time for our students, and all of these events are free for our students to be involved in. So we encourage our students to be as active as they'd like to be on campus. That brings me to some of the clubs that we have. I mentioned the Pioneer Literary Society. We have a game club on campus. We have several clubs that are geared more towards some of our programs, such as the Criminal Justice Club, the Medical Assisting Club. We've got some nursing clubs going on. We do have a theater club, the Natural Science Club, and many others. So we have a lot of things for our students to get involved in. And like I said, it's completely free for students to be involved and to enjoy the things that are happening on our campus. If there's a club that you'd like and we don't have it, we're always open to expansion, and we're always looking for new ideas. And so we're always happy to hear a new idea from our students. I keep forgetting. All right, so that leads us to the next step, becoming a pioneer. So if Western Piedmont is the fit for you, or you'd like more information about Western Piedmont, or you think this is the direction you'd like to go, we encourage you to go to our website. If you go to the website at the very top and you click on apply, it's going to take you to new students, which is going to give you 3 options for becoming a student. New students, veteran students, and then like Michael was speaking about, the CCP, or the Career and College Promise program. So if you just go there, it's going to list off all the steps for what you need to do to become a student here at Western Piedmont Community College. It's very, very simple and easy. And if you ever run into problems, or you ever have any questions about the application process, you can certainly reach out to Student Services in my office, and we will help you get through that process. We hope that what we've presented is what would appeal to you, that you would find your place here at Western Piedmont, because we'd love to see you become a pioneer and to join us here. And now we're going to open it up to questions. So if anyone has any questions, or if any of my panelists would like to add anything about what we've covered, or if there's something else they want to address.
While we're waiting for questions, I just want to reiterate the whole advising thing. Faculty and staff love to talk about, our programs. And myself, for instance, my background's engineering. So there's nothing that makes me happier than to get a call of a student that wants to talk about career options in engineering. And if somebody calls me with a program I don't know a lot about, I'll do the best I can, but I'll try to put you in contact with one of our experts. So we've got somebody on this campus that has some good knowledge on just about everything that you could throw at us. So if you don't seek us out for help, we can't help you, but we sincerely want to help you find the right career for you. And then the last thing I want to point out is many of our faculty, including myself, got our start at a community college just like this. I didn't graduate from this community college, but I graduated from one 2 hours away that's pretty much the same. Not quite as good as ours, but it was a good one too. All of us feel very passionately that we can take you wherever you want to go. We can at least get you started. It's a great place to start your education. So I'll turn it over to the rest of the panel.
Well, I'll mention just one thing. As you can tell, Western Piedmont has a very dedicated group of faculty and staff. We want you to come here. We're here to help you, and yes, you can. We're here to help you with anything you need to get your education started. Emily, are there any questions?
I don't see any questions. I did have something come to mind while we were sitting here just kind of chatting. I also want to point out that for non-degree seeking students, so if you've decided that you're going off to university, which is fine, we do have options for students to come in as a non-degree seeking student. We call it a visiting student status. So you can still come to Western Piedmont and take classes with us to then transfer back to your home institution. You can also use that status if you're just looking to maybe take a couple classes for some job skills that you'd like to take back to the workforce with you. If you're not interested in quite completing the full degree, but you'd just like to update some of your skill sets, well, you can take just a couple classes as a visiting student status. And then, like I said, either transfer them or take them back to the workforce with you. So that's definitely an option for our students as well. So just wanted to put that out there. And then I know we talked about the Career and College Promise, but anybody that's watching this that might be a junior in high school, even our seniors, our spring semester is coming up. If you're interested in going ahead and getting started with some college classes, if you're just wanting to maybe dabble in a couple classes and kind of see what you think, this is a great opportunity. The Career and College Promise program is tuition free for high school students. So you would be able to take some classes tuition free. There are still fees and book costs, but your tuition would be covered as a high school student. So it's a great way to go ahead and at least dip your toe in the water, like Michael said, kind of just feel it out and kind of think about what you might want to do. Take a couple general education courses. They do transfer. Most of our general education courses will transfer to the universities. So you go ahead and knock out a couple classes to go off to university. All right, we do have a question from Jayla. It says, do you guys do business classes and do you have dorms? Who wants to jump in on that?
I'll jump in. Yes, we have business classes. We'll start with that one. We have the business administration program and some other business programs like accounting. So, and if you definitely want to get a 4-year business degree, we can talk to you about the transfer route too. So yes, we have business classes and strong business programs. The dorm question is no. Most community colleges don't have dorms. We don't have dorms. We've got a beautiful campus, 350 some acres, but no dorms.
Also have options of the Small Business Center if you're just wanting to learn how to operate a small business that you could take through the continuing education department.
Thank you so much, Jayla. That was a great question. Um, yeah, we've got some really nice business classes and programs here. And I know the Small Business Center, they've been offering some things here recently. I know through the pandemic, some things have been a little off for us, but that's definitely a great option if you're just interested. I know there's information about the Small Business Center on our website. They do link it under continuing education. So if you make it to our website, www.wpcc.edu, and then you go to the link that says continuing education, there should be information there about the Small Business Center. I'm going to click us to the last page we have in our slide, just in case anyone would like to take down any information. We have located at the bottom our website address, as well as an email address for student services. That will come directly to me, and I do answer every email that I get. So if you've got a question, you don't want to answer it here, or you don't want to ask it here, and you just want to send us an email about it, I get those. I check those daily. I will respond to you. And then we have our student services phone number. There is somebody there at that line Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. and then 8 to 5 on Friday. Sometimes it's me. So give us a call. We'd be glad to talk with you, especially as things start to open up and we can start inviting students to come onto campus more, maybe in the spring. We might even be able to set up some tours if you'd like to come over and take a look at the campus, just depending on how things open up in the next couple months. And then in the background is a shot of our website. That is the drop page that you'll see when you go to the website. And like I said, up at the top there is the apply button. That's where you'll go to find out information about how to apply to the college and the steps that you'll take, as well as our financial aid button is up there for anybody that wants to look into financial aid options. And then in the row below that is our continuing education, our programs of study, and then just some information about the college if you're interested in looking into that. We do have a great marketing team here. I'll make a plug for them. So we are on social media. We're on Instagram, we are in Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. We have things going on, and our marketing team keeps that very, very updated. So you will see things rolling through there all the time. If you see something that seems interesting to you, like I said, we're not doing a whole lot of things actually on the campus at this moment, but as soon as we start doing that, check our social media pages, come over and visit us when we start opening up, and you can take a look at the campus and start getting involved in some of our activities. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add? I don't see any more questions.
I think one last thing I'd like to add, I know it's come up over the years. I know when I was in high school, there was this misconception that community colleges weren't as good as universities, and that probably still people think that. But I'll just tell the students that are with us that statistics have shown that at good community colleges like Western Piedmont, the statistics prove, if they look at the numbers, that students that go to a community college before they go off to a university do as well or better than students that start at the university. So, I consider myself one of those students that I learned how to be a good student at community college because I had great instructors. And then I was very successful at the university. So anyway, my point is that the quality of Western Piedmont is at least equal to universities teaching the same level courses. At a university, you might be in a class with 50 or 100 students. At Western Piedmont, there's going to be 15 or 20 of you. And so it's just common sense that the instructor is going to be able to dedicate more time to you. So the quality here is excellent.
I will say a lot of our classes do transfer to the UNC system schools. So if you're looking at going to one of the UNC schools, NC State, Chapel Hill, Charlotte, App State, any of those schools, our credits will transfer there. So they look at us favorably as well. The university system does look favorably on our community college system as well. And we have a great partnership with them. We work very closely with the universities in making sure that what we are offering is at the same standards to what they're offering. So I think we have a great partnership with our system here in North Carolina. I do see one more question asking if we work with Freedom High School here in Burke County. And we do. We do have a career coach that goes to Freedom High School. I believe it is Jessica Reed is the Freedom High School career coach. If you have questions about like Career and College Promise, or you want to talk to Jessica, you can go and speak to the counselor there at Freedom High School. They will put you in connection with her. If it's not her, they'll get you with the right person that is over Freedom, and they can help you. She can help you to look at classes possibly for the spring, or even as we get ready to go into next year, or talk to you about what options you have if you decide that you're going to come here in the fall. So we do work with Freedom to answer that question. Has anybody got anything else they want to say before I start wrapping us up? Okay. I don't know if Matt is back.
Hey, I am back.
All righty.
And
So I'm just going to wrap us up real quick. We do want to say thank you to all of the students that joined us today. We want to thank you for spending a little bit of time with us and letting us talk a little bit about Western Piedmont. We do hope that you find a place here if this is where you've decided to go, and we would look forward to seeing you possibly in the fall and speaking with you soon.
All right. Thanks again for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can share with us. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org, CACRAO.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session recording as well as all the other session recordings at that same website, CACRAO.org. Thanks again to our presenters, and we appreciate you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day.